Overpass was Rogue's pick, but looking at Mirage, this could be just a showing of sorts, dare I say, if you're Rogue.
Again, it's a thing of, even though you go into Mirage, and again, it should be a favored map for SK, as Overpass should be as well, you don't have too much confidence in SK regardless of what map you're looking at. And that's the saving grace for Rogue in this situation. That said, we also did see SK win, as they usually do, while playing a bad game, and I think that's going to continue on. I don't think we're going to see a lights out SK, but we're still going to see an SK that's good enough.
SK that's good enough. Now, you guys said that SK would take this pretty handedly. That's not exactly how this went, and we've got about 30 seconds from both of you at the same time. Do you stick with your judgment?
SK is going to win this 2-0. It's not going to be pretty, but Cold Zero is here to play, and Rogue can handle it.
Exactly right.
And just like that, the words were taken right out of Pimp's mouth. Of course, Halvor having the same sort of thought process.
What do you have to say about that, Harold?
Yeah, let's go ahead and shift it over here to these guys. I'm sure
you can let them talk to you like that.
Go be a good Pimp.
I think let Pimp get his anger out, may as well. Okay. Because otherwise he'll get beat up by someone or something on the street, you know.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. All that's left is for the match to begin. Freeze time is underway. Nope, it just got reset. ESL production always making me look silly.
Yeah, that always happens to you, doesn't it?
It does. It always get thrown off. I'm like, all right, surely that was the last reset, and then there's one more. So here we go. I think the reason why I think this is going to be such a stronger victory for SK is once they switch over to the CT side, with the way that Rogue plays their T sides, I've already talked about it a lot, very grouped up. I think this is going to be those maps where you start to see guys like Fallen, guys like Fur, really take advantage and get some very, very big and effective flanks. This round is going to turn out to be a split towards the safe bomb site. We're currently inside of the skull of somebody. That's Cadian. We're seeing inside of Cadian's mind, and it's empty. You can see right through it.
Yeah, no, Pimp kind of set the bar low for me in terms of the Danish brain. So this, I kind of like this view. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you.
It is a bit intense, isn't it?
It's really making me feel like I'm a part of the action. There we go. Now it's Vice is fighting for his life. Oh, he's dropped the bomb. He's found Fallen. The bomb's down, and suddenly, now things could get tricky. They've gone ahead and retrieved it, and they're just going to look to get the hell out of there. But Hiko's been allowed to slip back into the site. Will they see this coming? Will they anticipate someone have moved onto their turf while they've been away? Oh, you really hate to see that. That's not what you would have wanted if you're Rogue.
Inhuman aim.
Oh, no, Jason.
It's painful.
We're back as well. Is this going to happen every... Who is it? Is it Cadian again? It is. I like it. I'm not even bothered. All CS events should be using that view model.
You shut your mouth right now. Right now, that is one of the worst ideas I've heard in a long time. I think it would be cool, though, to have like a show match or something where you play without crosshairs.
I actually used to play only without a crosshair.
Well,
and no sound.
That explains a lot.
Well, my idea is, you know, you read about sportsmen who like...
What, train with like 20-pound weights in their legs or something like that?
Yeah, no, or just like, you know, they like didn't have ideal conditions to like play with when they were younger or whatever, and then as a result they like end up really good. I can't remember the name, but there was some golfer who like only had sandy beaches and one golf club, and he just learned to play on the sand with like a 9-iron, and then like he just ended up being unreal as a result the second he was on like an actual golf course with real clubs.
Yeah, the unfortunate part about that is you only ever hear about the success stories, right? You don't hear of the other thousands of people who have
Here we go. I mean, I'm a living, you know, not success story to playing with no crosshair and no sound. Okay. It doesn't make you better. It just makes the game much harder.
Much more frustrating. Oh, that's quite nice from Fur. He's going to love that. And Sick brought down low by the AG grenade, hiding, cowering even on the stairs. This one's about all sewn up. SK just fragging out. And actually, GMD does find a kill. Gonna try and get away with that AK-47. He's boxed in, though. He's gonna have Fallen cutting him off from T-spawn, and he knows it. And he's gonna have players starting to flush him out of Palace. They'll double peek this. They want this AK back, and this is just the 2 map 10, so it doesn't matter if they lose one or both. And in fact, they lose 0 of them.
Yeah, it's a good start from SK. They are you know, bringing the heat early on this time. They're not going to let Rogue get to any 6-0 lead or any of that. They are looking to steamroll them. Which, you know, I always like that as a metaphor.
Steamrolling?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Just like, because it is as utterly crushed as one thing could get.
Steamroller's up there with like the big crushing machines, isn't it?
It definitely is, yeah. Oh, my favorite.
Were you
big
into the
crushing
heavy
machine.
the heavy machinery as a kid? Did you do that whole thing? In the States, we had like toys based off like the big construction cars. and
Oh,
trucks
what?
and
Yeah,
all
like the JCB stuff, and you know, all like the. Yeah, we had a few. I don't know. I always liked cranes, as opposed. You know, I just liked the way they could lift things. That was always impressive to me.
that. Okay.
I wasn't much for destroying. I was all.
Away with it, but now a flashbang over mid. They're still not out yet, and here comes that run boost. Flash going to be out into the air. There's the jump from coldzera sideways. He spots one towards connector. I don't think that worked out at all how he planned it. That's the bomb as well. Fur with the drive-by with that MAC-10, and Cadian just barely getting away now. There's so many players, 3 players towards this B bomb site. That leaves it all alone. It's so isolated is Sick over at A. He's got everything to do. He's playing retake. 1 kill would be so nice, but he's going to try and get away. That's a good That's a good fight. I mean, that's a good kill to get, but he cannot escape. 25 seconds left. The bomb's going down. Smoke down in towards the choke point. 1 Molotov left on towards Fur. He can use that for the post plant. You have to keep in mind as well, this bomb is no longer planted for the 2 players in jungle, so they've got to be careful how they play this.
Yeah, he goes wrapping up into connector. He spotted out Fallen. Now Fur is there to pounce and get the trade. He did use Fallen as bait. Polaris now going to fall. Fur peeking out. Taco still buying time inside of the site, but GMD's going to find him. Now it's Fur 1 versus 2. They're on the defuse. They are going to be sticking it. The Molotov going to come on in, but there's a smoke down. And GMD, he's able to get away with this one. Rogue will pick up the round. And Fur tries his best. He needed the ace there to win that out. So Rogue, they found success in the rifle round. The buy's able to come back in for SK, courtesy of that bomb plant, keeping those first few rounds so impeccably clean. The scary thing here is Fur, already 8-0, 4K in that round, double his kills in 1 round. And I always think he's so wonderful to watch play, just at how he does things that no other human being should do.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that's just so confident. He does all the craziest stuff. Because why not?
Still a very, very clean round for SK, and that is much to the dismay of Rogue. All 5 players surviving, kind of starting to spell a bit of disaster here as the money keeps on building up. Double up set up in play, coldzera. He's got the other alongside Fallen. They're taking this over here towards the A-bomb site straight away, and there are 3 players here for Rogue. Looking like they might try to hand it aggression, but they've been caught out. They're not ready for this sort of speed, this sort of pace. Taco going to take one to the face, but Falls tries to trade, and Cadian able to pick that up now. coldzera comes pouncing out with the AWP, but so much damage being done. The bomb's dropped up on Tetris, and the UMP farms up the last 2 alive on ramp. It is all on Fallen. 1 versus 4, and Rogue knocking at his door. He has to go ahead and fall back from Palace.
So much pressure from Rogue into that 1 choke point right onto the ramp. Feels like SK was trying to catch him off with a very, very fast attack. I think Fallen now at this point. I don't think he's trying to save quite yet. He's trying to do the craziest, longest route possible, and he's already being cut off. Good frag from Hiko, an easy one, obviously, as Fallen not expecting that whatsoever, but a good rebound from Rogue to prevent themselves from getting reset. This could be the start of something on the defense, all based off. Remember that 4th round? I don't know if it would call it a misplant, or that first round win from Rogue, that the misplant where the full defuse happened. I don't know if Fur was relying too much on the Molotov, not expecting there to be a smoke, or if it was actually just a miscommunication. But the 1 plant on the wrong side of the box for the players in jungle has kicked off a 2-round streak for Rogue, and they can build upon it now.
Ooh. Fur was not expecting that. He has had the crane and the bullet put back in cranium. Swift, good delivery. 10 out of 10, I'm happy with that one.
Are you? Are you happy with that?
Well,
one?
you know, not really, but I'm not happy with much. Here's Cadian locking down mid. He's found one onto Bolt. He's going to go back for more. Vice is able to trade, though. The bait comes through, and now bomb on the back of Cold Zera. Taco, he knows. See the little shadows, see the little twitches, and sick. Fall. Suddenly it's GMD. Hiko left. Taco's been tagged within inches of his life as well. Hiko, one shot away from going down. Taco's going to start to make his way out for the bomb, but Hiko playing the off angle. Taco does spot it, but Hiko's going to win it out. So Rogue, they're back in with another round. 3 to their name, and they've actually reset.
No, I think they're going to buy here. I think
Yeah.
Fallen can get the AWP with armor, and then probably light armor and probably a smoke or a flashbang, and then Fur and Taco with the AKs. Actually, Fallen just goes for the AK-47, probably for the utility. Still a dangerous, deadly buy from SK, but Rogue is they've stabilized quite nicely, all things considered. Right through the smoke, here comes one. Vice spraying through. Good trade from Sick. Mid control goes the way of SK, and unfortunately, Cadian peering over that smoke. The follow-up had not quite been in place yet. Now, that kind of gives up the game. That tells Rogue what's coming, and SK's not stopping from it. Cold Zera eats great nade damage. 56 HP on him. Defense holding strong. GMD with one, and the B bomb site is not going to be taken by SK. All tied up now, 4-4.
Yeah, and it's another good streak coming in from Rogue. They've finally been able to break that SK economy. There's no money for them here. They have, they've bought, kind of, on 3 of these players. Kind of relying on getting a bomb down here. They're going to start charging. Cadian is fully flashed. They have been affording control of the site. Another missed shot, and now it leaves all the pressure on Device, but they haven't cleared him out. Finally, Taco's going to do it, so they do manage to get the bomb down, and maybe even more. The wraparound still yet to spring out from Cold Zera. He'll now emerge, and GMD gonna go ahead and feel the full brunt of that. Sick is very committed to this as well, all the way down in Sandwich. I don't think they know that he's here, but now they have to go for this. He's found the first and a second, keeps pushing in. His reign of terror is not done yet. Fallen's gonna flick back for one more, and now it's all onto Sick. Backed into a corner, tries to take the fight, but Cold Zera in connector locks in that round for SK. It was a risky investment, but they make it pay off.
All it takes is one mistake. I think Cadian was scoped up at the top of the ramp and just pulls out a nade, and the timing of it throws him off. It really puts his teammate on balcony in a tough spot that he can't recover from. And then Cadian goes down, and then the flanker, the lurker in middle from SK, I think it was Cold Zera, is able to take one out. And it all falls apart. After a 4-round streak to that, over the smoke as well. Fallen just outplays Vice in a big way. That's a huge kill, opens up all of mid. He's the only defender there. The defense is now split.
They're already being to work their way down short. Cadian looks like he's going to peek into this, but Fallen has read it very, very well. He's already... There's Fur. Cadian's not ready for that. Cadian's fallen. Down through ramp, Sick has gone. He's cleared a lot of ground, but both players rotating off of B. They've taken the gamble. They've stacked all 3 players towards SA bomb site. And SK... now wrapping up short. They're going to get that B-bomb site entirely for free if they commit to this. With Taco up in apartments, they are going to be heading on in any second now. And for Rogue, it will just be a save. 3 players left. Unless they find something, which, yeah, now you can maybe understand trying to go for it, but still with Sick being so far away and it's such a high risk, as well as Fur being down in mid. Yeah, you imagine this is the save called in, and SK going to find themselves a 6th round here.
Again, though, I mean, with saving these rifles, it's at least allowing yourself to fight in the upcoming rounds. As Rogue tries to salvage this CTF, which it looks like it's on the verge of slipping away from them. One more buy, and they're going to be broken, and then it's kind of, you know, open the floodgates, and SK starts to rattle them off, and then they could have a very big half. It could even be looking at, you know, a 10-5, much like the first map that was in the favor of Rogue. Could be an 11-4 for SK. So, This next round is critical. And it just shows one of the tough parts of playing SK is this grind they put you through. They're dangerous in each and every round. Even when they only have CZs and maybe just 1 or 2 nades, they always have a plan for those. 2 kills right around the edge of these smokes. Fallen and Fur doing some work.
Yeah, and a change of pace into this round. Fallen is already down in lower tunnels along with the rest of his team. Cadian's going to try pushing back into apartments. He just gets jump peek there by Fur. They know what's afoot. Fallen's going to be trying to peek on into this, and they have actually slipped GMD on by. It's a cold error. It's very relaxed over in the kitchen. Just chilling. But, might have actually taken early on for Rogue. And that's actually locked SK out of this entire portion of the map. Lends a lot of information the way of this CT side of the. They only know how to give it up. GMD falls away. They've still rotated a 3rd man into this A bomb site. That is Vice over in the jungle.
This time the op is towards the B side of the map as well. It's usually been at A, so Fallen, he spots the left. play the bomb. 2 flashbangs and a kit for GMD. Trying to complete the retake, but he's at a disadvantage here. Fallen at A ramp. Waiting patiently for the aggression, and the footsteps are going to give it away, and he's not going to miss that shot. It's too easy. 9-6 on the T side for SK.
Yeah, good first half from SK. Fantastic 1v2 from Fallen. Rogue can't be too disappointed though. They lose the pistol, they lose the following the following force by rounds as well. And they still managed to salvage a 9-6 half. So not too bad, all things considered. Now as they move on to the T side, can they continue to find some success here, or will it continue to be the SK Gaming show? We're about to head into the second half. And only time will tell. A pistol round win here for Rogue would mean a potential at tying things up 9-9 though, and that would be a fantastic start to their T-side half. And into this buy, they've gone ahead and bought 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs, looking like they're going to head over towards B.
It was the CT side as well that have given both teams struggles throughout this series, both on overpass and now in this first half. Rogue could only muster up to 6 rounds, so if that trend continues, SK could be in some trouble. Taco alone here, caught on the windowsill is GMD, but he completes the frag anyways. And Fur misses a chance to whittle down the forces, misses 2. Tough shots, but a near impossible retake, it feels. Great positioning from Rogue. 4 players set up in the bomb site back towards benches. 1 player close up. That's a peek that did not need to happen for Sick. Cadian now inside the smoke. Now this gets weird. Now this gets dicey, but Hiko is there to hold on for Rogue. Fur trying to make his way in with the help of bolts. They're finding some kills. There is a kit on Fallen who's late to get into the action, and because of that, he's going to find a free frag. They've kind of got the lay of the land for him, and now he's coming and trying to strike. It's got to be an immediate headshot here, and he's out of bullets. Now just trying to reload, and there's no time left on the clock. Certainly he can't win this one. He's going to try and just bail away, keep this kit in his hands for the next round. And I think he's just done it, but a good pistol round win for Rogue.
Yeah, now the potential to take things to that 9-9 scoreline. The force spy going to come in here from SK. And Fallen, of course, holds the kit forward, so that's going to be handy for them. They will have that to work with, and SK has shown us time and time again how proficient they are with these CZs. And, I mean, that kind of shows the lack of confidence perhaps that people have in SK at the minute. Those odds aren't, it's not really the odds we'd expect to see for this sort of matchup. Fallen holding mid, he's going to be forced back as they take immediate control through short, but now the pressure's on for Vice. He's got so many players coming his way. He has support coming in from Hiko. They have a very nice crossfire set up. Vice looks to try and put a stop to it, but that shot from Fallen hauls it back into a 3-on-3. The bomb's going to go down inside the B bomb site. And the question for SK is now, do they even try and go for this? A lot of it going to depend on how this first engagement goes. Bolt's trying to sneak on in, but Cadian holds close with the MAC-10. Bolts, it all comes down. Does he check this angle? Fallen's actually going to drop GMD. Cadian responds. Being the scout king right now, it all comes down to him. And that's a third. So okay, Fallen. Now that kit that was carried forward going to play into this round. He has an AK to work with. Fallen versus Cadian. He taps on the bomb to try and bait the peek out from Cadian. He's into the smoke with a knife out. Fallen's tacked him down so low, and now he's on the bomb. What is going on in this round?
No. Oh, thank God.
He just gets denied, but they make that round very, very expensive, and that was utterly brilliant from Fallen with the scout.
Yeah, it was. Those are some disgusting headshots. This one is the one that, ooh, that's even a no scope. So very nicely done from Fallen to build upon it as well. Good response from Rogue. I'm actually surprised they took that much damage from it, considering when you see Fallen with that boost in mid early on, that tells you there's at least 2 players that have to go through underpass when your team is taking fast mid. Hiko and was that Vice had that kind of crossfire set up at the top of the stairs, and I'm amazed they didn't just wipe out SK at that point. So it actually turns into a very expensive round. This one should be much cheaper. Should be able to get this bomb site for free. Fur goes down without a whimper. Bomb will be planted, and if I'm SK, I'm just staying away from the SMGs, just not giving away the bonus money. You're not going to really find too much in this round, in this kind of a scenario, in terms of an AK-47 to be taken away. But the MAC-10s are on the hunt. 2 kills on GMD. Crossfires and stacks in the B bomb site. 3 players. Either way, it is going to be all tied up at the end of the day. 9-9. Rogue giving us a game here on Mirage. There goes Cadian. GMB the last Mac Daddy left. He's got 4 going for the ace, but the reload puts that to bed. Gun round coming up.
For SK, when you look at it, 2 smokes and 4 flashbangs, not ideal, considering there's still 1 minute 30 on the clock. And Rogue have everything going their way in terms of utility right now. Not really pressuring anywhere just yet, though. Waiting very, very passively. Now another one of those smokes gone from the SK Arsenal. Fur, who's currently down in connector, he's the only man with anything left really to have a say here. He's got ahead and throwing out that smoke into the base of connector. Tries to peek over the top, but he's been spotted by GMD, and now the pressure's on for Coldzera and for Taco. Coldzera's going to get mollied out of the position here. Actually, slightly misses, and it's going to instead land on the truck, or the van, rather. They've been forced out of B, though. And actually, Hiko's going to get caught rotating back. So what was looking like a very good round for Rogue is now started to look dicey. They're going to be able to get this bomb down, potentially, but Bolts residing in CT could put a stop to all of this.
I think dicey is clean out of cash. And they go for the heavy play towards the A bomb site. Smoke going to be at the top of the stairs. Do they wait for it, or do they try and contact through? Molotov will slow him down. No one even in Palace at the moment for Rogue. It's looking like all 5 players up ramp. There's 3 members here for SK, and here it comes. First player up is Bolts back towards CT. Spawning Coldzera. He didn't spot the one crossing him. He didn't see it until too late, but he does get the kill. He's traded upon immediately after. His attention was divided. Rogue have a chance to get into this site. Sick waiting for some kind of indication, and Fur finds it. A gap in the smoke. Now they're just being slowly whittled down. Cadian below half HP at 34. The bomb does get planted, but a tall task ahead of him.
Cadian waiting for a flash that misses its mark. A second comes in too late. He's already been dropped, and now it's Vice, and Hiko backs against the wall, trying to hold back the coming tide of SK. Peek out from Bolts. Okay, Vice, you gotta pick that one up. To be burnt out, and it all falls onto Hiko. Taco and Fall and mop it up, and SK will be in with an 11th round, 11-9. They keep 3 alive, building up more money here. And the reset now comes in for Rogue. Kind of having flashbacks now to Overpass here with this sort of scoreline, and how the money's playing into it now for Rogue, as SK look primed to find a 12th round.
Yeah, I mean, remember, like you said, it is a bit of deja vu, because once the money got settled for SK, they wanted a 4-round run, and it really looked like they kind of got their legs underneath them finally. Similar story here. And Rogue gonna have to sit one out. Sick has some armor and a CZ. He's the only one with armor. 2 smokes as well on Cadian and Hiko.
I kind of like Aggressman.
Yeah, it's weird.
I would call Fur an Aggressman, because he's just always, pushing the issue. Maybe that's a new term. Probably not. But yeah, they're over a mid. I'm not going to dwell on that point any longer, Jason.
Let's not. Let's move along swiftly.
But here's Fur. He's locking it down at the 4 in connector. He's actually just going to go ahead and... Oh, he goes back in. Never mind. They're all coming his way. 1, 2, and I'm going to say 3, but Fallen's here, and Fallen does go down. So now suddenly things get a little bit dangerous. The AWP's been retrieved by Vice. Not usually an AWPer, but gotta put it to use. Coldzera's gone. There's only 14 seconds left, though. I don't think he can.
Stronger buy with an AWP, and he can drop an AK-47 over. So nicely done from Vice, fighting his way out. In the grand scheme, it's a small consolation prize if they don't put rounds on the board. Haven't won a gun round in this second half quite yet.
Yeah, it kind of feels like, to me, a lot of the A lot of the missed opportunities falling on someone who seems to be still having a hard time with things right now. Cadian struggling, and he's got the AWP once again this time. There we go, finds the first 6 out of respond, and this aggression gets shut down. So that's a
very weird aggression. It's almost like Fallen peaked out of like, just like out of habit, not actually clearing the angles. Almost was like surprised to see anyone up there. The flashbang came out a bit early, and everyone from Rogue was on blind by the time the peak came in. So 2 players down. SK have to recover in a 3 versus 5. They do have bolts hidden in the A bomb site, and they have Taco continuing to push. He's going to have a very fast flank. He might be the person they have to rely on. That Molotov is used to support bolts to make sure no one can come out from an awkward angle, and that fight needed to be won. Now it puts even more pressure on Taco to speed things up, more pressure on bolts to have a stellar individual round. Nade might give away his position and can get nothing. Couple players at half health, but Taco certainly can't do this. Might want to just grab the op and run. Hoping someone's going to peek him. He doesn't want to commit all the way. The fact that he took so long to make that decision means Hiko has him boxed in. I don't think Taco's ready for it. He's aware of the possibility, and walking is going to give him up to the God of Death.
God of Death. Is that just because he died, or is that Hiko's title?
It's just because he died.
Okay. Hiko not quite making the cut for God of Death, no.
Not these days.
Fair enough.
He's one of the ancient gods. His power has dwindled over the years.
One of the old gods. I like that. Well, okay. Why do we always see this? Fallen, he kind of...
I think he doubled up GMD as well.
Yeah,
Thank God
he did.
spam coming through the edge of the window, or else he might have had a clean shot with no aim punch.
I really love watching him use the scout. It's always good. Still, Rogue with the man advantage. They've got control of mid. I say that Taco's over in window. He's just going to go ahead and skulk on out of there. Doesn't want to stick around. Fur is in connector, and he's been pretty good in this position. This time only with a PT-50. He's not expecting the world from him. And Taco smokes off apartments and now actually exits. They're stacking all their forces over here towards mid in this A bomb site. But I like the fact he quickly ran in just to throw that one smoke, just to give the illusion that there is a presence here over at B. Sadly, no one from Rogue actually holding apps, but it doesn't matter because they look like they're going to go ahead and hit this A bomb site. So they are walking into the stack.
I guess that's the best you can hope for if you're SK. Crossfire at the top of connector, but it's all going to go to waste if Sick doesn't make a move. Bolts here with the deagle. Great headshot, or great kill, actually, excuse me. Traded off by Hiko, and there's another one towards connector. Fur with an AK-47 and a 1-on-2. He has a kit as well. The only thing he's missing is armor, but that's a nice headshot. Thankfully, Hiko gets the trade. That could have been an awkward angle. Brought into a 1-on-1, and Rogue only 1 round behind SK now. It's 11-12, as they're not quite done with this map just yet.
No, they're not. They're making it competitive. And I mean, I figured if they were going to get a win, it would be on overpass. But they've managed to put things very, very close here on Mirage. And actually, this is also a good map for Rogue. There's no denying it. This is the one that they normally elect to play, so getting both is pretty good for them. Already, they're up into connector. They're moving very, very swiftly into this A-bomb. So that's going to catch Fallen and Bolts, both of them off guard. And this is the A-bombs that are already given up. 3 versus 5, and Cold Zera just smitten with Vice. It's going to be Fur and Taco left alive. They're going to try and save 2 versus 5. So it's going to be tricky because Rogue are definitely going to come hunting for this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. So SK not ready for that. That round's over pretty quick. And yeah, it's actually huge if they're able to take these guns away. Flashbang in towards Market, blinds Taco, and he's taken down by Sick immediately afterwards. Now it's just Fur. At this stage in the game as well, this is kind of a... I mean, look at the money on SK. 4 players at 0. Kill from Fur, and that's going to secure the fact that he can bring an AK-47 forward, but it's all they have to play with. $12-12. And Rogue has the advantage of economy down the stretch. And SK is going to have to sit this out. Only pistols in the AK that was saved.
Yeah, Cold Zero has Deagle and armor, but that's going to limit his buy into the next round. Which, you know, almost feels like a little bit weird. They're really hoping that AK could have got something done. It's actually the first thing to fall. And I mean, now I guess maybe the silver lining is Cold Zero is there on short. He could try and push forward and grab the AK from Fur's deceased body, which he might be allowed to get. He's waiting. He's definitely going to try and go for it. The only issue is his Vice is locking down the angle. So yeah, Cold Zero goes forward, and Cold Zero, yeah, he'll pay for that with his life. 3 on 5. Both the armored players have already been dealt with. And it does feel a bit odd to see Cold Zero go for that sort of ambitious buy, because it feels like SK kind of need everything they can get at these rounds now. Fallen's grabbed the AK, at least he's over on short, and actually he's mopped up 2, so just as you kind of start to write them off, Fallen comes back, and he's in with 3. There is still a man up in apartments. The bomb's completely ditched, though. GMD's now left fighting for his life. There's a man wrapping around from behind in the form of Bolts. He's going to start to try and get out of there, but Fallen, he hears him. They know what's going on, and the game is very much afoot. Bolts up in the top of mid, going to drop GMD, and now it's all onto Cadian. He struggled in the first half, and now he is to come in clutch. 1v1 versus Fallen. Cadian peeks into it, and Cadian wins it out. So Rogue, they will be taking the lead. Only one man survives, though.
No, this is great damage done to the money of Rogue. I mean, it doesn't matter a whole lot because the previous round was such a big win, but Fallen doing his best to turn this in their favor. 3 kills for him. Cadian with that op, that might have been the worst weapon to go up against in that 2-on-1 in that situation for SK. Either way, Fallen's got one back in his hands. He only has a flashbang behind it. And it's desperation time. He's actually bringing this in towards underpass. Going to peer up the stairs, misses the kill. Now he's in danger. How do you get out of this one? If anyone could do it, it would be Fallen. He hasn't fully evacuated just yet now. Going to try and run for it. And just going to throw caution to the wind, jumping for information before making the play. So initial damage averted for Rogue. But Fallen not punished for essentially just running all the way around the map. Three players in mid, two walking towards connector, one right at the base. That's going to be Cadian holding with the AWP. They're going to turn in towards connector, and Fur has got to be careful. Molotov out to slow it down. What's the response from SK?
And they've got to have to move Taco over here into jungle. Bolts is down at the bottom of ramp. Fallen's actually completely left that B bomb site and is now watching from shop. And Rogue starting to creep out from connector. It's sick to try scout out this A bomb site with the majority of the players being over here in jungle. He could actually just walk on in. I think there's a gap in the smoke, and they're going to boost Fur over. He's let the first 2 go by. Now spots out the man on stairs. Okay, took a little bit of a time there. Sing's going to double down, but now Bolt's going to emerge from ramp. And very quickly it all falls onto Vice. 1v3. He hops on down, leaves Palace, tries to take the fight with Cold, and Cold will win it out.
Nice win from SK. Bolts and Cold Zero each with 2 kills. That's huge. So is the money behind Rogue, though. They've got a lot of cash built up at the moment, so they're not out of the woods just yet. Sick doing his best to hold off this retake attempt. Flank from Bolts is what really secured it. Double op setup now for SK. This has been a strategy, a defensive setup that's been very kind to them in the past. One on Fallen, one on Taco. Fallen's got his towards connector. Taco has his towards the B bomb site. That'll allow his teammate Cold Zero to be very mobile in terms of how he wants to